So
Yeah,
both of you guys are in Dunedin, am I correct?
no, yeah, that's a common misunderstanding. We were in Dunedin about 2 years ago.
Okay. And where are you today?
We're New Zealand based.
Yeah.
I'm in Arrowtown. Tom's in
Oh,
Wellington.
Wellington, yeah.
Okay. Very
Yeah, and
good.
the other two are in Westport and Carterton.
And I'm in Auckland. Even though I talk funny. Now, the first question that has to be asked, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot, Josh, is are you related to Andrew Mehrtens?
Yeah, yeah, loosely actually. I think my great granddad and his great granddad were brothers.
Oh, okay. I knew there had to be a connection somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't get. I'm not very good at kicking though. That didn't.
Oh well, he got all the kicking genes, huh? All right. So the band is Mild Orange. Now I know you guys have been around for a while, but I have to make an admission that I just heard about you like last week.
Oh really?
So,
how'd you hear about us?
Somebody on the radio mentioned you, and they were saying, "Oh, there's one really cool local band that you should be aware of." And I was like, "Hang on, I got to write this down." And then I listened to the album, and I figured it's about time we spoke. So,
cheers for getting in touch.
My pleasure. So the album was out like last week, right? 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, just over a week ago, May 29th.
So, and it's the title is Mild Orange. You've had a previous album though, right?
Yeah, Foreplay.
Yeah. All right. So, just for folks who haven't heard of you, like I haven't until recently, how do you describe the sound of the band to someone who you've just met?
Should I take this, Barry?
Yeah, that's you, man.
I like to call it, or we like to call it melting melodies, which is, and we like to describe it. We have gone the whole way describing it as an energy and vibrancy derived from a lust for smooth sounds. And with that, we love to make uplifting, positive, optimistic music that's loving and inclusive, that can be heard universally and loved by all.
And you do most of the songwriting, right, Josh?
Yeah, I write a lot of songs, and we'll bring them to the band, but we also write together a bit.
Okay. And so the thing that struck me first was how intimate the music sounds, especially those songs. And usually you don't hear that in a band context. You hear some singer-songwriter pouring his heart out to you, but it's a little different with a band. So I'm wondering how you bring how that concept works with you bringing those things to the band, and you must you trust them an awful lot.
I do, yeah. Well, we're very close with each other, so I mean, we talk about. I mean, we encourage each other to talk about our feelings a lot with each other, and so I think that is something before Mild Orange I struggled with, which was sharing my true emotions with others.
Right.
And learning to bring down that barrier and discovering that, people from all over feel a lot of the same feelings that you do, and being able to share that, and we can learn from those experiences together, which is, so with the guys, I'm very thankful that they're quite responsive to the songs I write or things I talk about in my lyrics. Yeah, what do you reckon, Barry?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, in a musical sense, I think, especially with Foreplay, a lot of it was written on acoustic guitars with Mert and the other guitarist Josh. So it has that kind of almost acoustic feel before it was brought to the band, and then it kind of evolves into something, but it still has that roots and its acoustic nature, I guess.
Yeah. If quite a few of the songs have been written out of perhaps being, in a room by yourself, and and these emotions will build up to that point where it will come out in there, but then bringing it to the band and it being touched with the Mild Orange flavor, and it can become more electric or whatnot.
Right. So did you find it difficult as a songwriter to actually be going through that process of bringing it to these other guys and playing these songs for them, knowing that they were going to contribute to them?
No, it's actually been quite natural the whole way. So generally when bringing something forward, generally with what I do, things will stay relatively as they were in the moment of creation, and that goes quite that works quite the same when we bring it to the, like a song is brought to the band. What happens in that initial moment of creation is generally what will stick, and we don't play with it so much that it is a raw and honest reflection of how we express ourselves.
Yeah. And the four of you, have you, I guess the ultimate question is, how did you get together? But do you have a commonality of a musical vision between the four of you that you talked about, that you acknowledge, or it just happens naturally?
It's pretty natural, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a genesis of us being together, living in the same city, and being in a similar music scene. And I guess maybe that we met each other through that, and because we're both all into the same things, into the same music.
Such as what?
But yeah, there's never been like a really strong purpose. It's always just come quite naturally, I guess.
Right. I think we have since the start shared quite similar aspirations and belief that we can come from Dunedin or the small towns we come from and be able to take this music to the world. And like we still dead set. Well, since day one, we were like, yeah, let's headline Glastonbury or Coachella someday, and we're still like got the belief that we're going to do that.
Right. And I guess coming from Dunedin initially must be something of a plus because it has such a legacy behind it.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Dunedin certainly has a very fertile environment for creatives and being able to.
Yeah. And my impression is there's still a lot of those old guys walking around there. Do you kind of commiserate with them? Talk to anybody?
Yeah, we shared a practice room with Marty and Phillips in the Chills when we were at uni. I mean, it's all pretty cohesive down there. It's a very small city, so you know most people. I mean,
right?
It's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Did you see the film about Martin Phillips?
I've not seen it yet. It's been on my list. It's hard to find.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm been meaning to.
I would highly recommend it. It's very well done, and it's kind of a cautionary tale about certain things that you probably shouldn't do in a band these days because it isn't healthy. But thank goodness he's kind of come out the other side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And do you guys think about things like that? I mean, I assume you guys are what, in your 20s?
Yeah, we're all 24,
right?
25.
Yeah, you're 25. Sorry, Barry.
I mean, like.
We look after our health. We're conscious of looking after our health and trying to maintain certain practices when we go on the road or
right.
Like I love chocolate, but these guys aren't so keen to have so much chocolate in the juicing room. But I don't know. We're all in moderation. Thanks. I guess.
Oh, good. Now I assume you've been locked down all the way through until today when we're all free again. When was the last time you guys played together?
The week before lockdown, we played a festival, 121 festival in Wairarapa.
Right.
That was the last time we were together, March 12th, 13th.
14th.
Right.
I think, and that was 2 days before the international border shut.
Yeah.
Right.
So might have been last festival on Earth, but that was the last time we played together. And so the next time we play together is going to be Monday. We're all coming back together and going to Tom's family place in Bannockburn. And is
that an actual show, or are you just getting together to rehearse?
Getting back together, hang out, music, record, work on some more things for the second album.
So have you been writing during this time?
Yeah, always.
I mean, it seems like a perfect time. What else are you going to do, right?
I wouldn't say it's so much perfect because, I mean, you've said it very well recently, Barry, but about it's not the most...
it's not very inspiring.
Being in all the time. And,
you need a little stimulation to juices flow.
I tend to want to make things that can help you soar. Aspirational, optimistic. But I don't know. I try. I mean, like even in the situation, if you're not liking being inside, I've tried to flip that on its head and see all the light in that. Yeah.
And how did it feel to put the album out while all this stuff was going on? Did it make sense to you, or?
Barry?
Kind of. Yeah. Pretty weird time to put an album out, but it's been received pretty well so far, so we're happy with how it's tracking.
Right.
In terms of with everyone, with there being a lot of uncertainty and hard times for people around the world at the moment due to coronavirus, that our music has, in one way, has offered an escape, and to others, healing, new perspective, optimism.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of releasing our album during the humanitarian movement right now, we have been choosing to not be promoting our album so much, and we would rather let other voices be amplified and other messages be amplified.
I mean, I think it's great in that a lot of us have a lot of more time to listen at this time, because a lot of people aren't working, or they used to be working and now they're not. So it's a plus in some ways, but yeah, it'd be nice to see you guys out playing as well. So I assume that's what you're going to be talking about when you meet up on Monday.
Yeah. Well, hopefully soon.
Yeah, we'll be creating more and working on more lovely experiences, I guess, in the future. And of course, with New Zealand entering level 1 now, we want to hit new shows, get people out to live music again.
Very good.
Yeah,
I mean, you kind of say lovely music, tongue in cheek, but it really is. I mean, do you guys ever rock out, or is this what you want to sound like all the time?
I mean, you're always feeling different when you're making music. I mean, you're always feeling different, period. And go through different emotions. I mean, like on the record, there's definitely different emotions. There's, I mean, like Fool's Love is not so lovely. It's a bit gruntier and
right,
a lot more rockier. Like, yeah, you get pretty wild orange.
Wild orange and mild orange.
We do turn pretty wild orange at shows sometimes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Like we've had a lot of people at our shows around the world saying, like, you know, they hear us on the record and it's, oh, sorry, my camera, I should move. It's changing.
Yeah, it's dealing with the light behind you, unfortunately. That's better. Yeah, you're good.
So sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, around the world, people say with Foreplay that, you know, they hear the record and it's so mellow, and then they come and see it live and they're like, wow, some of these songs, like, it's a whole different vibe live. I love how energized it can be in this environment.
And does that change happen naturally, or do you guys kind of go back and work on it consciously to make that change?
Bit of both. I mean, we practice our live set and we cater it so that it flows naturally and has its peaks and troughs throughout it. But I think also being in front of a crowd, whether it, you know, wherever you are, it's always brings that kind of extra energy and you know, just makes you kind of go a bit harder, I guess.
Yeah, we can get quite excited.
And now, for folks who are watching this, there are 2 other members of the band. There's Josh Reed and Jack Ferguson. Am I correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
So since they're not here, let's talk about them. Just give a little, how would you describe what they do and contribute to the band?
You take Jar, Matt. I'll take Jack.
You take Jack. I'll start with Jar. Jar is our master of guitar.
Right.
He's lead guitarist. Would you say he's the bad boy of the group, Barry? He's the hot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he, him and I started writing together. We've been writing together for a long time now. Now I've known him since I was about 3 years old.
Really?
We met in Kindy, and then he moved away and I moved away, and we met again living together in a flat in 2017. So I guess fate has brought me and him together.
Right. It's meant to be.
Yeah. Jar rocks.
Jar does rock.
Right.
Jack's our drummer. Me and Jack hold down the rhythm in the bands. Jack's a very talented drummer. For someone who never practices or tries very hard, he's an amazing drummer. So
sounds like a typical drummer to me.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that.
Fantastic.
Like,
And so
there's
you guys all live in different places now.
Yeah.
How does that make being in a band together work?
It does.
Yeah, it means that we try and meet up regularly. I mean, obviously it's been different recently, but it means that we try and meet up every month so that time that we do have together, it becomes more important, I guess, compared to when we were living together in Dunedin. We could waste a lot of time by not doing as much. So yeah,
Right.
It works well. Yeah.
And I assume that you're music fans as well as musicians. Do you bring stuff to each other since you're not really hanging out together all the time now?
Well, we have a Facebook chat and whatnot, and we talk every day. It's like a conversation, and we're always we're able to work on things for the band from a different proximity, so by correspondence. So there's always things to work on and to work on together. So it works really well, actually.
Very good. So how long do you think it's going to take you to get out on the road and promote the album?
I don't know. I mean, as soon as we can, really.
Yeah, as soon as we can. I think internationally, we've got our eyes on Australia for the end of the year. Hopefully the Trans-Tasman bubble.
Once that bubble opens up,
and then I guess after that, next year, I guess we're really hoping that Europe and the States could open for us.
I would think that sound would translate easily across the ocean.
Yeah, a very large part of our audience is in the States and Europe.
Yeah, because I was looking at your YouTube clips and whatever and seeing that, you have some serious numbers working there. And of course, I'd never heard of you, so I felt completely inadequate. But that's very impressive.
Yeah, it's cool. We're very, very grateful for that. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool to have people reaching out from all over. We had, as soon as we posted the album the other day on YouTube, there was people reaching out from Peru all the way to Mongolia and Korea. It's awesome.
That is very impressive. Well, good luck with the record. Hopefully you'll be up in Auckland sometime soon and I can come and see you guys actually play. That would be very cool. In the meantime, enjoy getting back into the swing of things and have a good time on Monday when you all see each other.